Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words and wisdom for the week. It's week 4 of the Freedom series. I know it's bittersweet. I usually do 4 weeks per series, but I don't want to leave you on a sour note. I'm gonna leave you on a high note, especially with this last topic. So, without further ado, the topic slash thought I want you to think about this week is what does freedom look like for you and your relationships? What does freedom look like for you and your relationships? Through these whole 4 weeks, these past 3 weeks, and this week included, we talked about relationships from and freedom, and basically talking about exactly what freedom is, how to apply it, what exactly does freedom do for your relationships. So let's talk about what it actually looks like. So talking about freedom, for me anyway, I feel like freedom is you being able to create something in your relationships in your life that no one can take away. Period. No one can take away that freedom for you because you created it. You're the one maintaining it, and you're the one that's keeping it special. What's so beautiful about freedom in your own personal relationships and in relationships with other people is that you are able to dictate how strong it is or how weak it is. Put it this way, you can only truly be free if you have surrendered all the things that made you feel enslaved, such as you're in a relationship and someone is dictating what happens in relationships, or you're by yourself and you are so bogged down, you're so pushed down by all the things that happened in your past. All of these things are keeping you enslaved. So when you start to slowly let go of the things that have happened in your past and you slowly gain control and power in your relationships again, you are releasing this enslavement. You are freeing yourself to have space to create beautiful things in your life. Isn't that something that you want to have on a daily basis? Of course you would. Now, of course, you're looking at me like, okay, that sounds good, but you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I went through. You don't know exactly what I had to overcome or I'm currently dealing with. How can you tell me, yeah, yes, I can obtain freedom right now? Well, I've been striving and pushing to do this for years. Yes, it takes steps. It takes steps. It literally takes steps to actually get to the point of reaching that freedom. First step is to believe it. Believe that you can have that freedom. Of course, it's easier said than done. Of course, just believing in something is not going to make it happen. But I think it's really important, especially when you're tackling the aspect of freedom, is that you have to believe it first. Because believing is a beautiful part in the journey. So once you get from believing, you actually have to acknowledge that you have the power to have freedom. You can believe in something, but yeah, I believe that one day is going to become something better. Oh, I believe one day that things will be great. But it's another thing for you to actually acknowledge that, you know what, I do know in my heart that things will be better. I do know in my heart that things will be better. Yes, we don't know what the future holds, but at least you have hope that the future will be better than how things are currently. Now, this especially applies for the people that have been struggling in their relationships for years and struggling with the relationship within themselves for years. They don't love themselves. They don't care about themselves. They don't treat themselves like they're special. They don't see the importance and beauty of who they are as a person. They don't even identify who they are. That's all a problem. So once you slowly acknowledge how great you are, how wonderful you are, how special you are, how unique you are, how valuable you are to people in their lives, you start to gain that freedom as well. Now, when it comes to you and you having to, in a sense, fight that battle of acknowledging that freedom, you have to realize that, hey, it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, and it's going to be something that you maybe have never experienced before because you were so used to living one type of way. Once you realize that there are other ways to live, it's going to be difficult for you to, not in a sense that you will conform to something new, but you're able to see that there is something new that you can do. So once you start that journey and you start manifesting and doing all that stuff, you'll be able to acknowledge that freedom. And the third step, and I think the most powerful step, is to work on the freedom. Now, this is going to take daily effort. This is not going to be a one shot, let me give it all I got one day. And if by the end of the day it doesn't work out, then, I'll forget it. No, this takes daily effort. You have to daily daily affirm yourself and say that you deserve to have that freedom. So as I talked about a couple weeks ago, freedom is basically you being yourself. It's literally you being your true self, goods and bads, whatever it may be. You truly being yourself and allowing yourself to be in the relationship, not just allowing yourself to conform to the relationship, but you're actually allowing yourself to be in the relationship. Yes, relationships are not perfect. Yes, you're not perfect. Yes, it's going to be conflicts, but at least you're allowing yourself to be in the relationship to experience the goods and the bads. It's one thing for you to say that you've done it, is another thing to say that you've experienced it. You can say, "Oh, I've done this before," but did you really experience it? And you can say you experienced something, which will also allow you to grow and to have knowledge of things that you didn't have before. You see the difference? So, when you are able to constantly work on the freedom, it'll be something that be you can actually obtain as actually tangible. It's something you actually can see. Meaning by this, let's give examples. Of course, I like to give examples, as you may know. Um, let's say that before your relationships, you weren't able to have a word in as far as your decision making. Like your significant other was always telling you exactly what restaurants, what dates are gonna look like, what our future is gonna look like, and you're stopping your significant other. Yes, you're listening to them. Yes, you're understanding them. Yes, you're giving them the respect that they deserve, but you're able to gracefully interject and say, "Hey, I hear what you're saying. I understand this is where you want to go, but I feel like we can put one or two pointers that I have into your plans. Or I feel like my plan is going to help benefit us. Let's work together. Let's collaborate with each other. Let's decide on the best solution together instead of your significant other completely making the whole decision 100% of the time, or 80-20, where you can be more 60-40. Allowing yourself to see the value in yourself and allowing yourself to see the value you can put into your relationship. Those are all important aspects. So, when you're thinking about freedom for you and your relationships and what it looks like you. It looks like the person you want to be. It looks like the person you're meant to be. It looks like the person that you envision for yourself, away from the enslavement of the pain and the hurt and the strife and the feeling that you can't be yourself, and you being free, completely free in your daily life and in your relationships. That is as simple as it can be. So, to leave you on a positive note, I want you to realize that it is obtainable. I'm here to tell you that it's obtainable for you to have freedom in your relationships. It's obtainable to have freedom in your life. You just have to work towards it. And I know if you're watching this and you may see this as something that's difficult and you see this as something that is hard for you to actually think about, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm a certified relationship coach. I focus on relationships, but not only relationships with your friends, families, neighbors, coworkers, and the most important relationship of all, with yourself. Go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Do the relationship checklist. Message me on my social medias, Facebook. Follow me on there, Colab Coaching. Instagram, follow me on there, Colab Coaching. All my videos are on YouTube. Like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next videos. And share this with anyone that you know that is struggling. And it may not be you, but it may be your cousin, it may be your brother, it may be your sister that's struggling in relationships because they can't seem to have the freedom relationships to be themselves. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there. And this completes the Freedom series. Have a wonderful day.